workers in an anthill. He goes on to say, "There might be a drug which, without other harmful effects, removed the urgency of sexual desire, and so reproduced in humanity the status of workers in a beehive." It is this human beehive which has been the ideal society in the eyes of elites for a very long time. This will be the template for post-humanity, the ultimate slave race, scientifically designed to never rebel. The transhumanists have a popular term, hive mind, which refers to the giant collective intelligence which will be created when people the world over link their brains together with technology. Their general belief is that this new experience will be wonderful, creating a whole new superintelligence through symbiotic existence. In reality, the hive mind will be Galton Darwin's beehive, the creation of the new man, which has been written about for many years.
I'm totally convinced that the human race is being mutated according to a scientific method. We know that there has been experiments done as far back as the 1920s and 30s of trying to crossbreed animals with humans. The Germans were doing that.
All the main eugenicists, Margaret Sanger, H.G. Wells, the Princes, Prince Bernhard,
right.
said they're going to make two different species, and then BBC, while I was making the film, showed this little goblin creature that we're going to be, and then they're going to be these beautiful blonde-haired, blue-eyed people, and they hate us so much, they want to make themselves better than us, so they actively want to kill most of us, and then have a clown goblin creature that they call the old humans that they laugh at.
That's exactly right.
We know the GMO food's changing our genetics. We know we're genetically getting dumber, not just chemically. Go ahead. This is massive, folks.
That's right. That's what I've been looking at for 48 years, the complete transformation and transmutation of the human spirit into a whole new kind of creature.
Transhumanism fills people's minds with hopes and dreams of becoming superhuman. But the fact of the matter is that the true goal is the removal of that pesky human sexual urge, and ultimately, of free will itself. Post-humanity will be a new human which has been genetically engineered and brain-chipped for total control. Part man and part machine, the new man will no longer be in need of his sexual reproductive function. I understand that this is not what the average transhumanist wants to hear, but we must realize that such a bizarre and horrific future is not only possible, it is intended. Although we won't arrive at this point overnight, first we must step into the world of virtual reality, where our identity as purely human will blend with that of our new virtual persona.
In virtual reality, you can be someone else. You don't have to be the same boring person all the time. I mean, you all have these personalities inside you that don't quite fit with your bodies in real reality. So basically, most people just, kill them all off. Some people don't actually keep any of their personalities, which reminds me of some of my old boyfriends, but that's another story.
And you read the eugenicists, you read the government plans, they are now doing it, inserting us into a matrix. You're being sucked into your iPhone, sucked into your video games, you're already interfacing.
By 2020, there'll be an entire three-dimensional universe in cyberspace, with virtual countries and governments, virtual schools and universities, virtual property and stock markets, and virtual families and friends.
Virtual reality is going to become more and more like real reality, but have the advantage
that I can share a virtual reality environment with someone else, even if they're hundreds of miles apart, and we can be in the same environment, and we can be other people, and we can change environments quickly, and it has a lot of advantages over real reality.
I think in 10 years, things like Second Life will become as prevalent as email is now. And I think virtual worlds will become a similar way for people to get together, communicate, collaborate.
I can see in the future that it's going to be so much more capable than it is today, and I'm going to love it.
If a machine is passing down signals that keep you completely happy, then why not be part of the Matrix? I really do think Neo in the Matrix trying to destroy things, he's a bit of a party pooper. Life for humans in a Matrix could be really cool.
To give skeptics the benefit of the doubt, perhaps this version of post-humanity is pure speculation. However, converging technology does present the need for radical change within society, no matter how it is applied. This point is made over and over again in the National Science Foundation 2001 report. The age of transitions refers to the fact that global society will be in flux during a time of massive changes. Making this point clear, the report goes on to explain the need for socio-tech, which is the predictive science of societal behavior. The multiple drivers of human behavior have long been known. Now, through the decoding of complex systems, a completely predictable and managed society can be realized. To use the tremendous computing power we now have to integrate data across these fields, to create new models and hence new understanding of the behavior of individuals. The ultimate goal is acquiring the ability to predict the behavior of an individual and, by extension, of groups. Using tools and approaches provided by science and technology will raise our ability to predict behaviors. It will allow us to interdict undesirable behaviors before they cause significant harm to others, and to support and encourage behaviors leading to greater social goods. The enforcement of pre-crime, as in the film Minority Report, is their stated goal. The planning of this Orwellian system has even spawned a whole new science, memetics, which is the study of memes. A meme is any idea which passes from one person to others, eventually becoming a norm throughout society. Memetics would allow a deeper understanding of the collective cognitive processes throughout society. The applications are, of course, oriented toward social Darwinism.
Memetics is founded on the principle of universal Darwinism. Darwin had this amazing idea. Indeed, some people say it's the best idea anybody ever had, because the idea was so simple, and yet it explains all design in the universe. All design in the universe.
Certain ideas may have the force of a social virus. We can't let any social viruses bring down the species now, can we? Prior efforts to Darwinize culture have a long and ignoble history. What is new that might allow progress this time around? Not surprisingly, the report also gives a visionary solution to the war on terror. Sociotech can help us win the war on terrorism. It can help us to understand the motivations of the terrorists and so eliminate them. At this point, it's important to understand the legal definition of the term terrorist. Since 9/11, a mountain of legislation has been passed, including the Patriot Act, the Military Commissions Act, the John Warner Defense Act, and countless others, all of which have, through their legislative cunning, rendered the term terrorist so ambiguous that you can be deemed a terrorist for any reason at all. You can